Demystifying Phrasal Verbs, a comprehensive guide. Welcome to our guide on phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs are a fascinating aspect of the English language, but they can also be quite tricky to master. In this video, we'll break down what phrasal verbs are, how they work, and how to use them effectively in your everyday English. Definition. Let's start with the basics. Phrasal verbs are combinations of a verb and one or more particles, which can be either prepositions or adverbs. These combinations create unique meanings that often differ from the individual word's meanings. Structure. The structure of a phrasal verb typically consists of a verb followed by one or more particles. For example, break down, give up, or look after. The meaning of the phrasal verb often depends on the context in which it's used. Transitivity. Phrasal verbs can be transitive or intransitive. Transitive phrasal verbs require an object, while intransitive phrasal verbs do not. For instance, she picked up the book and he woke up. Separable versus inseparable. Phrasal verbs can also be separable or inseparable. Inseparable phrasal verbs, the object can come between the verb and its particles, like I picked the kids up or I picked up the kids. In inseparable phrasal verbs, the object cannot be separated, as in she looked after the children. Meaning variations. Phrasal verbs often have multiple meanings, making them versatile but sometimes challenging to learn. Context plays a crucial role in understanding the intended meaning. For example, run out can mean running out of time, money, or supplies. Usage tips. To use phrasal verbs effectively, pay attention to context. Learn phrasal verbs in context, not just as individual words. Practice by reading, listening, and using them in your own sentences. Don't always rely on direct translations from your native language. Examples. Let's look at a few examples. She put off the meeting until next week. He finally gave in to her request. I ran into an old friend at the store. Phrasal verbs may seem complex, but they're an essential part of English. Embrace them as an opportunity to enhance your language skills. As you practice and gain experience, you'll become more proficient in using phrasal verbs naturally.